Welcome back to Gardening in the Bird. Real quick, I'm going to show you how I plant my carrots here in Zone 9B. So if you can see, I dig a small trench, nothing too deep. Carrot seeds are very little. I will have to thin as they grow, but let's just pull these in here. Or sprinkle. Can I use the word sprinkle? And cover them up. Now, some people say they have a hard time with germination, and they normally put a wood or a board across it. I never have an issue with me germinating carrots in my garden. And I'll make the label so that I don't forget what I planted. But that's all I do. The soil was kind of damp, but I will lightly water over it. And that's just how I plant my carrot seeds here in Zone 9B. Now let's go ahead and harvest some for you. Pull up a couple of carrots. Patience is everything in gardening, but the root veggies got to be the most intense of gardening, to me anyway. You don't get to see the vegetable as it grows underground. All you could do is sit back and hope and pray that you'll have a great harvest. So me here in Zone 9B, I did one of the, I wouldn't say craziest thing, everybody has done it, but I planted carrots back in, I don't know, the beginning of fall, September, I want to say, maybe October. I planted carrots and I misplaced the label in some of my beds. So as I've been harvesting these throughout the months, one or two here or there, I don't have the label for these. But I do know these are the only 3 carrots I have attempted to grow in my garden. One's because they're not, their days to harvest is not long. You have some carrots that's up to like 120 days. We're not really carrot eaters in my home, but I did want to grow carrots. So I do know it's out of one of these 3. That one's 75 days, 68, 68. So they're not supposed to be long and fat. They are short carrots. They are supposed to be short carrots, maybe a little wide, but Kicks and Grins will measure the top. The top of it, once you brush off the soil, is normally the biggest part, of course, and then it goes down to the smallest part at the bottom. But I have 1 or 2, maybe 3 I want to pull. Now let's hope for springtime I have a lot more carrots to where I can store them. But this time, I mean, between me and my daughter, we're pulling them off here and there and eating them right then and there. We didn't have much to store. Not only that, but the fact that a lot of my carrots I planted all at the same time, but yet they develop all at different times. I guess that's Mother Nature for you. So let's go see what we have in the garden. The soil a little bit on these, and they're pretty small at the top base. So we're going to leave those. But this one here, I don't feel like pulling out my tripod. So let's see, can we get a picture? And what I want to do is just measure the top part. So that's about 3 inches. So I'm guessing that should be a pretty good sized carrot. And we know it's not going to be long because I have all short carrots. But let's go ahead and pull this one out and see what it gives us. Now this is in a raised bed, so that does count. The soil was already nicely soft in here. If it was in the ground, you would probably want to drill in the ground a little while just to loosen up the soil, because if you don't, the carrot will stunt the carrot growth and it won't grow correctly, or it will grow deformed. But let's see, can we take this one out? So I want to say it is a short and sweet carrot. Can I say that? Just by looking at the picture. Like I said, it's not supposed to get long. They are supposed to be short, and it's nice and fat. So this is a pretty good carrot. I'm going to break the top off and give it to Cinnamon, my daughter's rabbit. We'll let him nibble on that, and me and my daughter can nibble on this one. But just for kicks and grins, let's go pull another one. I'm going to pray and hope you guys can see this, because the sun is being disrespectful. But a lot of my carrots here, I thought I thinned them out, and I didn't do a very good job anyway. So some of them I will have to pull if I want the other ones to get bigger in size. So let's see which one we're going to pull, because some of these are not going to grow. So here's some, and just to show you, I had them so close together. When I pulled this one out, this baby came out because they were too close together. But this one wasn't going to grow too much because it was so close to this one. And then when I pulled this one out, this one came out. So they're still good carrots. You definitely can still brush them off and eat them, but when you plant them so close, you kind of stunt the growth of them compared to these two right here. So I still have a couple of them left that I'm going to leave in the bed and let them get just a little bit bigger. But I was able to stretch my itch because I was so anxious on seeing what the carrots was doing. And I also started more the label on them. So those right there are the short and sweet carrots that I planted here. And I planted those throughout my garden. So I do have more coming in that I will be able to harvest before it gets too hot here in zone 9B.